I'll take the microphone off at a certain point in time so I can continue to record. So this is another one of my stories and stuff. I was saying when I had the 83, I remember I went over north, they were still recording. I think Titan was still living. I got to check. I got to ask him because I got to ask bro, like, hey, bro, give me a story. Because I know bro got some stories about me. I know bro got some stories about me. I know he got some stories where he can tell where I can reenact it. You know what I'm saying? But it's hard for me to reenact myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have to have, I don't know, I'm going to tell bro, man, make me some stories so I can talk about the story and then you just make the video or something because I can't really reenact myself. But I know he had some funny things that I done did or something like he could tell me about. So even if it's kind of lightweight embarrassment, I'm willing to even put that up. I'm telling stories about other people. I should be willing to put some embarrassing shit for myself. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, oh, okay. Here go another one. Here go another one right here. And I think, let's see if the gas station, damn, I could have bust a left right here. Let's, you ain't supposed to do this, but we gon', you know what I'm talking about? We gon' pull the switcheroo. See these blocks, and these good blocks to drive in, like learning how to drive. This is one of my favorite parts of the city. You know, growing up over here. You see these mills and stuff like that. These mills, I love these damn mills. Now let me tell you something. Let me tell you how non-uppity I am. Do you know that if I had to renovate something and I would have been, you know, let's say I don't know, let's just say I had a lot of money or something like that and I want to renovate something and somebody was like, hey, you know, you want to renovate one of these into some loft, man, I'd be up there like the Bat Cave. I could live in the Bat Cave. Some people like, hold on, I got to slow down a little bit. Man, this shit bumpy as hell. Yeah, I could renovate. I could live in the Bat Cave. Like even this building right here, if somebody renovated, I couldn't live in that shit, nigga. Please, my shit be looking. I would be. There's a gas station. There's a gas station. Let me see if I can pull up to this gas station if it's still here. I don't even know if it's here or not. We still got a little bit of room. I can add to a little bit of the of like an addendum to the Shonda story too. I want to remember that, so I hope I can remember that. Where I was talking about, like I think, you know, after that time when she had snapped out in the apartment, she was, you know, she told me later on that she like, cause I think you could see. I'm trying to remember. Can you see out the front of my building? I can't remember. I think I could. I think I could see out the front of my building. Or was it the back? I think it was the back. I don't remember. I had the opportunity, because remember when I stayed over in that building, they asked me, did I want a balcony? And I made a stupid decision. And I ended up choosing because I wanted a different floor or whatever. I don't know. But, it's still open. It's still open. All right. Let's slide through here. I had some stories about this joint right here. I done got into it with a couple niggas over here in this gas station. This gas station, I ain't been to this Motor Mart, I don't know how long. Man, I ain't been to this Motor Mart, in I don't know how long. I remember one time I used the bathroom over here, like, and this will be your late night creep. I'm telling you, niggas used to pull up to this gas station and you couldn't go in at a certain time or whatnot. So yeah, it's still here. I will go here from time to time. I would go here like, you know, if I was in a little pinch and I ain't really, this is the gas station I would go to. Yeah, I would definitely go to this gas station a lot of times. So what I'm going to do, and this is what I used to do. I come out. Hiawatha is easy to move around in. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy to move around in. And I ain't like going over Hiawatha all the time. So I just do this right here. I'd be like, man, I don't feel like getting off. Sometimes I would get on the expressway right there and then have to get right back off. Especially if I want to get like I get my little vanilla Arby's. Then we gonna go, you know where we gonna go? We gonna shame the demon on this one. Stack Dough, you gonna be mad. We gonna go to the Arby's where bro had the barbecue bacon. Bro had the barbecue, the roast beef bacon. Brother Malcolm would be very displeased, brother. Brother Malcolm would be very displeased, brother. That's why I was messing with him. So we going right by that Arby's. I always like these blocks too, because you could slide down them joints fast and ain't nobody really walking and whatnot. But it don't look too much different. My battery low, so I'm probably going to switch to the thing. Now, the Arby's used to be right here to the left. You can't see it. Now it's the Raising Cane's. But that's what it used to be. It used to be the Arby's. Yeah, it used to be the Arby's. And yeah, we gonna go over here by the apartment real quick so I can tell y'all a little quick story, a little addendum. So as you can see, they stormed the shores of Normandy. You know, it's still not up. Come on. And these folks can't drive. Damn, it's a long ass turn. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bruh. Let's go, bruh. Yeah, somebody hit the back of his car. Yeah. I knew he can't drive. Do I want to go around this way or what? So, let me see what I want to do. Man, I'm about to just bust a left with this dude. I'm going to just bust a left with this dude because otherwise I think these other cars, they just, you know, over here folks can't drive, man. Y'all know why they can't drive. They can't drive worth a damn. Hey, man, come on, y'all. Lord have mercy. Jeez. Anyway. So, you know, as right here, remember there used to be the, y'all know about this area. This was my ultimate stomping ground. This was the most pinnacle part of my life of the adventures of DP. This building, until it got overrun, it used to be nice the first year that I, you know what I'm saying, that I got up in there. So, the battery's at 30%. First cup is still there, still up there. So now when Shonda snapped out, man, and she caught me, or well, when she snapped out, she told me, she said, you know, days after the fact, she said sometimes she would park in front of my building. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You parked in front.
After we got into that argument, I used to park in front of your building and look up at your window.
I didn't know that. I didn't know you liked me that much.
You really don't know.
In front of the building, and she's like, yeah, you know, I parked in front of the building. They got a child care place right now. But she would park in front of the building. They got a home health care place. They didn't do that no more. But man, I like right here, man, this was, I stayed over here from 2007 to 2008. Let me see if there's somebody I know. What I was gonna do, I was gonna see if I could go up in there. I was really gonna see if I could go up in here and try to see if I can't get y'all some real footage. You know what I'm saying? But this brings back a lot of memories. I lived here when I got the call when my mom passed. There wasn't all this painting behind here too. I used to park where you see my Oldsmobile for sale. I used to park like right here, you know. So I think I'm gonna hop out and do a little commentary, man. I'm gonna do a little commentary, man, because this is important. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the journey. You know what I mean? Go on my little joints, let the car run. I used to meet people around here a lot. This used to be, like they say in my frozen state of independence. I park my 83 sometimes outside, and then I have the white Bonneville on the inside. As I was saying, y'all, like I was having my damn way. You know what I'm saying? It's a little cold right now, but I was having my way. I was really having my way, man. Like, you know, I was kind of doing what I wanted to do, doing my thing. If you look, well, you can't really see it, but off in the back, I had an opportunity to get like a balcony spot, and so you know what? I did have a front. Let me see if I can show y'all this real quick. I did have a front. See, I had an opportunity to get that joint right there. Let me zoom in on that bitch. I had an opportunity to. I remember there was days, man, like in the front, way over there, man. Sometimes when we was broke, me and Stack Doe be sitting out there, blazing the King Cobra. You know what I'm saying? Writing raps, going over the Cub. When, like I say, things weren't all the way up all the time, man. We be sitting out there. We go get a Hawaiian roll and we go get a couple pieces of chicken. We be sitting there writing raps until the next move. You know what I'm saying? And then bro, I peel off after about an hour or something like that and go, you know, make his rounds, do his thing or whatnot. But man, let me see. Hold on. You ain't had none of this up there at that time. Planet Fitness was around. This used to be this place. I used to come $12, man, get you a $14 in the agents to pile you up. You know what I'm saying? With a whole bunch of food. They still got the Generac generator going through. I was gonna get one of them Generacs for the crib, but Sally's is still there, of course. Sometimes I just sit out here by myself, man. And right, if you see where that white van is, I used to park my 83 on that road. And sometimes I just sit out there smoke the King Cobra with my Pioneer deck and listen to 8-Ball and MJG, man. And
yeah, that's my joint. Keep it low, let it breathe. You know, I scooped this Buick right around December 4th, 08. Cold as a refrigerator out, breath hanging in the air. I was still riding the number 7 bus to work back then. This older cat had it sitting under a tarp, said his nephew didn't want it no more. I pulled up with a stack.
You know, I fell asleep one night. But that's how I know maybe she was telling the truth. Shauna was like,
what I used to do, DP? I park right out front your spot, heater blasting, just waiting on you to come down. That was my piece. I want us back where we was.
You out here making a man nostalgic.
I mean in every word, baby. I ain't cruising around for nothing. I'm trying to pull us back.
Stopping you?
Nothing. If you let it, I'm right here.
Say less.
I was looking up at your light to see if you was, because you like I say,
I've been sitting out here in this cold all week thinking I still ain't over what he pulled, but every time I tell myself I'm done, my heart start driving the car back toward him. It's like I can't quit him. I hate that I ain't seen him. Makes me feel crazy.
He ain't do nothing too bad. You better call him up and set that right. Life's too short to be acting tough for no reason.
You right, I'm mad, but I miss
I'm so damn salty and so.
That boy just doesn't know. He really knows how to use that tool. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Hurt, but she said she used to pull up and just sit outside and watch me through the window or just look up at my window sometimes, and I'm like, damn, I'm like, okay, so now I know what the effect was when I told y'all the story and I'm throwing all this drama on.
Hey.
You really got me addicted. I don't want to boost your ego, but you make me feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
On there, now that I kind of think about it, man, yeah.
When I'm back home, I don't gotta worry about that dresser situation no more, and we can just move on.
I ain't mean to hurt you, Sean. For real.
Good, because I'm trying to keep the vibe clean tonight. Also, I gotta use the restroom.
Shonda, you bogus blowing up my bathroom.
This how you know I'm comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm gonna take a shower. I ain't nasty now.
Oh yeah, she was upset. She was just.
Now you know what I came for. You know I miss you.
Yeah, I could feel it the minute you walked in. Been counting the days.
Then don't make me count no more nights like that.
Say less. Come on over here.
Overly like sick upset, it seemed like, because if you're doing that, you know, but I just thought about that. I thought about that story, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I parked sometimes I parked the 83. I had a Tahoe. At one point I had a Tahoe down there, man, and I just thought I was doing the most, but this was that was later. That was much, much later. That was around the time when, you know, I had met my girlfriend, which was my now wife. That, you know, I had a Tahoe then, you know what I'm saying? And my Tahoe broke down and stuff. And at this Cub Foods, I remember my homie Q at this Cub Foods. Damn, what I just do? I don't know how I put that in there, but I met my homie Q. Or no, I ain't meet my homie Q. My homie was in Cub. And I just got the Tahoe. And like I told you, he compliment you on everything you do. Bro, heard I got the Tahoe, hey man. As soon as I go up the Cub, let me tell you what he did. And I do a little video in there, but I ain't gonna mess with the AI with bro. That's sacred, you know what I'm saying? But he was up in there, and bro used to always have these fly coats, and he was really doing his thing. So this must have been around 20. This must have been 2010. Real talk. This must have been 2010, and yeah, this had to have been 20. This like, was it 20? Man, I think it was 2010. It was 2010. I think it was sometime in 2010. It had to have been 2010. And man, bro, I was at Cub in the section, and you know the little section with it, bro, was so funny. I was in the section where it was like the lubricant and the rubbers and all that, and I'm sitting there looking at them, like, and bro, I can hear somebody say, he's a freak. And so I said, oh man, that's bro. I turned around, I was there, like, he busting up laughing, but I had a little pea coat and stuff. And he kind of walks up to me and, he kind of tugs the pea coat a little bit. Like he kind of yanks the pea coat, like about not the collar or whatever, like the collar or something like that. And bro yanks the pea coat. So man, I like that pea coat, bro. And I think this was around the time, I think my Tahoe broke down. So he said, man, I heard the Tahoe broke down because earlier in the year, we might as well slide down to see the Riverside, man. Bro, man, earlier in the year, or like a month or two before that, his car had broke down. Something happened with his car broke down. One of my homies told me his car broke down or something like that happened. And we used to do that stuff to each other. Like, we clowning. And I was like, oh, bro, shit, bro. He had a trucker, he wasn't broken nothing like that time. I think he just had he had several trucks. One of them broke down. I said, oh, bro's raggedy truck done broke down. So we might have been cracking a joke or something like that. So he returned the joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? He heard my shit broke down. So he said, yeah, I heard you. And he said it so nonchalant with like he cracked a little grin and be like, man, I heard it. What happened to the Tahoe, bro? I started laughing my ass off because I know somebody that told him my Tahoe broke down. So it was so funny. Now I was mad as hell my Tahoe had broke down at that time. But it was already broken down for 2 weeks. So I done already cried my tears and made my grumbles and complaints or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, oh shit, I gotta go to Wendy's get a burger. Hold on, I'm gonna go get a burger real quick for my grandma. Man, this shit. He's like, man, I heard the Tahoe broke down, bro. He said it so nonchalantly, and I'm like, yeah, man, where'd you get it from? And once again, man, I went to Columbia Heights. Man, don't tell me you went to Columbia Heights off of 50th and yeah, bro. I said, man, DP, why you, man, this is the second time you done did this. They said, nigga, you went to Lake Street on Lumina to get your Lumina. You didn't went out to Columbia Heights of all places. Off of Central? Nigga, you tripping. And so I'm like, yeah, man, I'm about to give him that shit back. So around that time, remember, I was working at the nonprofit. So I had the Tahoe. What else did I have at that time? Or no, was I working at the nonprofit? No. I was working out in Burnsville around that time. Yep. I was working out in Burnsville. Yep. Cause I just started that job and like, I was out of work. Cause remember 2010, I was working in Bloomington 1 month, got fired and was off a couple months. And I found a new job in Burnsville with the IP video surveillance company. And I was driving my 89 Mercury up there, which I shouldn't have sold that one, but I want to ride Tahoe. I got a settlement. I went and got a truck. And I was just a little beat up 96 Tahoe. Man, that truck got so much attention. And that's why God took it away from me because I might have got arrogant. I don't know. But I'm riding up in that truck. And every time I'm at the gas station, is that truck yours?
Excuse me? This your truck?
All mine, every boat.
You got a woman?
I do. I'm spoken for.
She let you have friends?
Not a chance.
I'm like, yeah, it's mine. Oh, okay. You got a woman? I'm like, yeah, I do. Does she allow friends? No, she don't. It be little situations like that. Well, she don't let you hang out with no other friends or whatever. I said, no, she my friend. She don't allow that. I'm telling you, you getting that off a 96 Tahoe. It's 2010. You getting that off a 96 Tahoe with rust. Stack, don't testify. Testified, bro, with Russ. So yeah, like I told y'all, they didn't like, man, I'm telling you, these, because, man, them joints, it used to be a lot of times, it used to hurt my pocket, like, damn, this shit $75 to fill up. I'm like, damn, 75, you be wanting to park that joint. I want to park it and just take my car to work. But I love my Tahoe so much, so I just had it for a little bit, but that I didn't want to get another truck after that for a while. I didn't, bro. I really didn't want to get a truck. I didn't want to get a truck. I didn't want to get a truck after that for a minute because I thought the motor would just, so I just went and got a reliable 05 Mercury Marquis with 50,000 miles at Bloomington Lincoln Mercury. And I started bringing some of my homies out there. I started bringing people out there like, hey, your car is your credit. Just showing other people so they don't end up in that. And it was people that I knew, you know what I'm saying, that be like, man, DP, where you get that car, bro? I said, I went out to Bloomington Lincoln Mercury. And my homie referred it, so he got his $500 for the car or whatever. And then my credit was messed up, so I had a homie co-sign for me, and then it boosted his credit after about like 3-4 years. I paid the car off after about 3 years or something like that, and it did wonders. He called me up one day, bro, man, thanks so much. I said, about what? He said, man, that shit boosted my credit so high, because he didn't have to co-sign either. Because see, I was trying to give my Tahoe back to that janky ass dealer. The Wendy's looks brand new. It never looked like this. Remember, I always tell y'all, I'm gonna go get a Wendy's burger, man. I don't really want a burger. I just want to just grab. I don't want no burger. I'm just doing this for. I want something else, man. I want something else. But, right here, this is also an important area for me. There was matter of fact, let's go over here. There was a shop right here. There was a shop where it was a bunch of women that had a shop, and it looked, it looked crazy. The post office used to be here. So I'm just going to bust it right now. Off in these buildings right over here, that's where Poncho and them used to be at. Poncho and them used to be serving over there and doing his thing. And I'd be up and down here with my CDs and stuff like that. And sometimes we'd be hanging out. That had to have been around 02, maybe 01, 02, I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's 01, 02. And the reason why I say it's 01, 02 is because the simple fact that I think it's 01, 02 for the simple fact that if it would have been 03, he probably would have wanted to rap and go to the studio. That's my thoughts on that. I think he would have wanted to rap and go to the studio. And I would have brought him in because I used to, I bring Titan in there sometimes. I bring Stack Doe. I used to bring my guy Q up in there. He did his mixtape. I bring some of my homies, not all my homies. Jay wasn't really rapping. Jay could have rapped because he had that voice. Yeah, Jay could have rapped. He could have, and he got the look. You know what I'm saying? I got a homie. He kind of looked like Jay Maine a little bit. Like he could have rapped. He could have act because he had that voice. He had a voice where he could have rapped. Like, but he ain't trying to rap. Ain't nobody really trying to rap like that. But he could have. But that's never been his thing. So I bring in Stack, and I bring in 3 of my guys, and we be going into IPR from time to time. So Poncho, country nigga, he would have been rapping. He probably would have tried to rap. So I would have probably brought him in too. So that's how I know, man, I think this had to been, because I went to IPR 03, man, if I pinpointed, it had to been 01 and 02. It had to been 01 and 02. It had to been. I know it had to been now. Now I'm getting my timelines together. So, like I told you, I'm going to try to call the DMV. I want to know every year of my, I want to find out every year that I purchased a vehicle and what the make and model of that vehicle was. And that way I can just go crazy with these stories and tell y'all exactly, what kind of software I was using at the time and all that. So that's why I got to find some of that stuff. So hold on, y'all. I'm about to charge this phone. So like through bits and pieces, I'm trying to think, should I go down the seat or whatever? Maybe I'll do that afterwards. But through bits and pieces, y'all, when I used to kind of move around, I ain't got my mic on right now. When I used to kind of move around, you know, sometimes, like I say, sometimes, you know, like I used to do computer repairs, and then, you know, a lot of times people, they ain't got the money, or you might have a dude that might bring me 2-3 laptops, and he owe me now for these joints, and when I get them done quick, like I immediately go home and start working on it. They thinking, because Geek Squad used to tell people, oh, well, it's going to take us X amount of time, and it's going to take a week. I said, man, I can add that shit back to you same damn day, and I did. They weren't ready for it, so sometimes people drop it off, and then they may not get paid till like a week later, whatever like that, and bro be like, well, man, let me hold it. I'm like, man, folks used to have me holding stuff for like a week, because I ain't like holding people's computers, man. So a lot of times what I do, I be like, man, just, you know, come grab this, bro. Like, man, I ain't got all the money, and let me give you this instead. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time a girl didn't have no money to pay it, or something happened. I don't know. And she's like, man, I got some lean. I'm like, some lean? Sipping on cigarette. I'm like, lean? She said, man, it was like a big bottle. So that was a big thing around that time, man. I got to do another story about some other stuff too, but that was like a big story. You know, that was a big thing. Everybody wants to, you know, niggas get to hearing about new stuff, and now they want to start doing it and stuff like that. You know how it is, the monkey see, monkey do thing going on. So she, you know, she gave it to me, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I don't know, it was like 200 worth, or I don't know what it was. So I kept it. You know what I'm saying? I kept it, and I said, and you know, I said, I can't believe I'm doing it. But I tried it. I tried a little sip. I'm like, damn, this shit. I said, why niggas want to sip and be sipping? You can barely even, you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times people would owe me, and they would, you know, they might have like you might have a dude that might have maybe a couple $100 worth of gristle. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, but that wasn't I wasn't into the drugs like that. Like, oh, if I happen to come across something, I get it off. Like I just get it off. Like you know, that wasn't a big interest for me. Or, you know what I'm saying, they might be like, okay, I got a cutie, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, well, you owe me $300, $400, or you whatever you owe me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I break that shit down, and I make my little $900, man, and I keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's you know, that's kind of, you know, but I was never a D-boy. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't no D-boy, man. It was just a means to an end, man. It was a means to an end. Like, it's you know, just for the sake of business, just give me my damn money. Just give me my damn money. You know what I'm saying? And now it's kind of like it's sad, because now, you know, man, people actually go to jail. You got dudes that they're still in jail over the '94 crime bill, and now you got white people, man, that they just getting their money on. They just getting it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, it's crazy to me. They just getting it on. They just getting all kind of little bread and all this from this stuff. And I ain't gonna lie. I kind of feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so, but, yeah, I might do another little story. I'm wondering if I should do it now. Or do I need to be by Cedar Riverside? I got to be in the mode. I'll do it. If I got some more room, I'll go do it.
Hennessy and ginger ale swept. DP the groundhog. Hennessy and ginger ale swept. Got some cold ass top right before she left. Kiss her on the neck, I said I'm going away, and she wept. Italian Asian mix, no weave, Asiatic breast. Black power chick, cook my wheat with the flour mix. Cornbread at the homestead, King Cobra leave us all dead. Tired of the small amounts when we want the tall bread. I wanted more bread. I know that we all fed up with the drama. I've been dry like a llama. Wanted head in the condo, getting wed in Savannah. I invest in accomplishments, interest in my inner flesh, reflect when it comes to death, on some honest shit. Lust, sex was an honor, quit talking forks and tongues, only utensils when the devil was on the dish. Should I say he's on the us? Should I say I wanna fuck? If I pray we long for trust, and I made some wrong discussions. I'm a rebel with some cream, with the devil in my dreams, on a level that's extreme between the treble of a beat. Can you unravel all I dreamed? Bet you can't, although I made excuses to replace can with no instead of can't. Hennessy and ginger ale swept. Got some cold ass top right before she left. Kiss her on the neck, I said I'm going away, and she wept. Going away, and she wept. Hennessy and ginger ale swept. Got some cold ass top right before she left. Kiss her on the neck, I said I'm going away, and she wept. Going away, and she wept. Woke up with a cold sweat, cold hearted, she guarded this flow next. Use a rhyme for facts, my heart hardened, it's so vexed. Left feelings on sleeves and no shirt to protect. Hopeless romantic with torture for tantrum, leaving out the dark cloud. But conversation was an answer, argument after argument. She has the last word, you don't brighten up my day, you mow like a blackbird sitting on this chap curb. Waiting for the bus and I got bluffed once again, like I was waiting for a fuck no more. Waiting for a buck, I go and get it. Hoes used to play games, now I just show them quickness. Bust a nut and be gone, just like the Flash hero. I don't trust your type of kind. Hang up on that zero, don't call me again unless you adhere to my terms. And you need to fix your head, bitch, adhere to a perm. Hennessy and ginger ale swept. Got some cold ass top right before she left. Kiss her on the neck, I said I'm going away, and she wept. Going away, and she wept. Hennessy and ginger ale swept. Got some cold ass top right before she left. Kiss her on the neck, I said I'm going away, and she wept. Going away, and she wept.